Steven Spielberg's last movie comes a story so incredible that only R. Kelly could play a starring role. One man travels back in time and finds all the women he can to piss on them.
Dude, why did you have to piss on my daughter? You've known me my whole entire life. I would trust you with my kids' lives. Listen, man, I couldn't help it. Your daughter was so sexy. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Robert De Niro, R. Kelly. Based on true events from R. Kelly's own life.
I just don't understand why you would do this to my daughter. Man, I didn't know she was your daughter. You're gonna pay for what you did to my daughter. She has dreams and nightmares all the time now, and it's about your cock. Your cock is in my daughter's head!
This summer, Robert De Niro, R. Kelly, directed by Robert Rodriguez, presented by Bad Robot, in association with Paramount Pictures and Pee Wee Herman's dad.
You're never gonna come near my daughter again! You don't ever come near my daughter again! Hey, listen, man, your daughter had a nice pussy.
Piss Man. Piss Man. Rated R. Select theaters only. Good night.
Welcome to the pre-show, everybody.
Headphones, sir? Oh, yeah. Do I have to?
Yeah. Daddy. What up to the chat? Saturday night, baby. Saturday night.
This bitch is in the air. Ron Smackdown reviews, so don't you fear. So tune in every night right here. Yeah, yeah. You know it's Cronin. Tell them that we own it. On almost every night, bitch, we got the potion.
What's up, everybody?
My whip puffin' straight coastin'. Turn on the app, it's live, Joe Cronin.
Yeah.
Reviews, don't forget Smackdown too.
Come on.
He's on Twitch, on Twitter, and YouTube.
I got the cock for you.
If you wanna dose, homie, it a real shit. Tune in right now for some heel shit. It's JCS, and everybody know we the best. And everybody loves Joe Cronin. That's why we all love the tune.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 18 of Anything Goes. Anything Goes. The phone lines are open. Well, they're not quite open yet, actually. I take that back. I'm sorry. Anybody calling? They're not open yet, actually. I'm sorry. That's my fault. A little bit hungover today. I gotta say, monetized this last night took a toll on me, man. So badly that I was thinking, like, man, I should stop drinking, man. You know, I'm fucked up. I had a horrible day. I dragged all day long today. It was a mess, man. I was a fucking useless sack of shit today. And I did some stuff too. Everything I did was like torture. I was doing things, but it was like every movement of my body. God damn it. It was like it just wanted to throw up. I still don't feel good. Hey, shout out to Scorp 18 Talks Wrestling. Scorp 18 Talks Wrestling became a $5 patron on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thanks, man, for helping the channel continue to go. And thank you to everybody who dropped a couple whatevers unmonetized this last night. It was a great show. It was a fun show. I love last night's show, man. It wasn't like anything like insanely ridiculous that was like, holy fuck, go back to that timestamp. But I will say, it was a solid like 5 hours of podcasting almost, in a way. It had the vibe of Monetize This, but it had that, flow to a radio thing or something. Yeah, I don't know. It was good. I enjoyed it, man. Me and Bailey were discussing whether we liked that or, sometimes you get 2 hours of good and then 20 minutes of just epic gold. And then sometimes you don't, but last night was just solid all around, I think. That's my review. Like a solid 7 out of 10. And I like those. Let me have a sip of oh, fuck. I put my hand in that fucking coffee. Fucking God, that fucking coffee. Dude. What in the fuck was Tommy NC doing earlier today, man? This is so fucked up, dude. I mean, dude, this fucking guy, legit. This guy legit. I can't wait to Corrupted tonight. I'm dead serious. I cannot wait until Corrupted tonight. And I hope you guys are staying up until 1 in the morning, or at least my time, to hear Corrupted on the Patreon. Because we've got to break some of this shit down, bro. This motherfucker is outright doing a stream. And listen, I'll say this to his face if he calls up. And I love you, Tommy. I really do love you. You know I do. You look me in the eye. I look you in the eye, Tommy. I will look you in the eye, brother. But what in the world of Christ is this, bro? You legit... First of all, Tommy sent me this app 4 days ago or a week ago. He sends me an app. This app that's basically like Streamlabs. If I sent somebody my donation link, it'd be like if I sent Tommy my donation link. It was like, hey, check this out. You can do this if you want. He sent me this app where you could donate food to him, and it shows up at his house. And he goes, yeah, if you ever want to do that, look at this. It's a cool app. What the fuck? Are you asking me to, give you food or something? What the hell's going on here? So I guess he was. By the way, shout out to Chad. Chad, he just upped his pledge from $2 to $5 on Patreon. Thanks, Chad. And anyway, so now it's a couple days later after he sent me this app where I can send him food. He does a live stream. And the live stream, I'm like, yeah, cool. He's doing a live stream. I'm like, wonder why he's doing a live stream. And it becomes evident immediately why he's doing a live stream. Ready? Watch this. And listen, Tommy, I want to say this. I am not above this. I take donations. This is how I earn my, how I'm alive right now. But this is very bizarre. This is very strange to me. All for food. Look at this. And something tells me right now his belly is rumbling, and he's out of money and his belly's rumbling. And that's why he made this video.
Hello, folks. It's me, Tommy, NC2010, and I'm back here with another awesome stream. And I wanted to talk a little bit about a new streaming app that I just discovered, and a friend of mine gave to me, and it's...
So you didn't discover it. Somebody showed you it.
It's just like a... little thing where if you want to order me something or you want to spice up something, make it look interesting, it's called Treat Stream. And what it is, you basically
look at him licking his lips as he says that. If you want to spice something up for me, what does that mean? It's an app where people can send you food. That's it. But watch him lick his lips as he says this.
Want to spice up something?
Yeah.
Make it look interesting. It's called Treat Stream, and what it is, you basically go to this website, and what you do is you put in what you want to send to me, and the website will send out to the restaurant, to wherever you want to put in for me.
He started the stream with this. This wasn't hey, let me give you guys some content, and then I'm gonna plug my stuff. This is legit just starting the stream with send me food!
And it will send it directly to my house. It doesn't tell you where I live. It works directly through the website. So it's called Treat Stream, and if you ever wanted to order me something or like order a food item, you know,
For me,
it's there for you if you want to like send like hot wings or something like that, or like say
if you want to send me hot wings, maybe you could send me hot wings. I don't know, hot wings or big greasy burger. Send me hot wings.
You wanted to send a pizza or something like that, or Chinese food.
He names his favorite 3 foods right there: hot wings, Chinese food, and pizza. He literally then throws out there, he's like a girl, like a woman, like a wife, like, you know, if you ever get me something, sapphire's my favorite color. Yeah. Oh yeah. So if anybody wants to ever just send me food with this app, check this out. It's cool. Like, you know, pizza or chicken wings or Chinese food. What a fucking lard you are, Tommy. What the fuck, Tommy?
Food or something like that. I would be here and I would eat the item on stream. But I will say this, I will not eat lasagna, okay? I do not like lasagna.
Just, I will say, not lasagna, no. Not lasagna. Everybody send this guy lasagna. Wouldn't it be fucking hilarious if he keeps getting these deliveries and he's like excited about it every single time? He's like, holy shit, I can't wait. Oh, wow. And then it's fucking lasagna again. Wouldn't that be great if it was just like fucking lasagna every single time?
Super Chat Party.
BD Skeleton, what's up, BD? How you been, man? Good to hear from you, BD. Thank you for the donation, BD. Mr. BD Skeleton is in the house. We got to go back to this, man. This is fucking incredible.
You know, it's up to you. I just want to
it's up to you. I mean, you know, you don't have to. I want to eat fat. I'm a fat fuck. I just go ahead. I'm going to eat my own shit.
Not like lasagna. You know, it's up to you. I just want to tell you about this item, this website for any.
He was trying to lose weight.
I don't think he's trying to lose weight at all now. Well, I agree, Broken Lion. I don't know what you do about this, man. Broken Lion. Thanks for the bucks, Broken.
Streamers that have a big enough fan base that want to.
Then he tries to act like he's not plugging it for just himself. He's like, or, you know, other streamers, you know.
You know, it's up to you. I just want to tell you about this item, this website for any streamers that have a big enough fan base that want to use something like this in case, like, they want to do something like this and want to.
In case the hosts of those shows are also glutton pieces of shit.
To advertise the website here, and if, you know, just to test it out, see if anybody wanted to try. We could try this out here on the stream today, and
yeah. Oh, in case, you know, anybody wants to try this out right now on this stream, like right now, like I'm hungry right now, like I'm, you know, I didn't eat today yet.
Party.
Maybe you could buy me food.
Tommy is a food beggar. It started since Feb.
Oh my God, Prayish Muhamdar, what's up, Prayish? Tommy is the first food e-beggar. Oh my God, dude. I just can't even I can't wait to play this clip for Bailey later today on the show. I can't wait till Corrupted, dude, to play this for everybody. Especially Bailey, dude. I feel like Bailey's really gonna freak out when he hears this shit, dude. Or fucking Leah. Tonight on Patreon, man. Look at this fucking Tommy, what the fuck?
And you know, it's Treat Stream. And basically, all you do is you go on the website and you press request, and like you send out to like a restaurant, order up something like
Put your credit
say
card in.
like you wanted to order something from like
Oh my
McDonald's or Taco Bell, you know, like or like soft tacos and you know like that kind of stuff, or you wanted to order like from any other like some kind of restaurant or something like that and have it delivered to me, they will that the website will actually
Just no lasagna though. Just no lasagna.
send out somebody to grab that food and then like basically what you paid for, and it will come to me. And I just wanted to talk about this new streaming application.
Oh God.
Second.
Like the stream starts this way. It's not like, you know, the whole stream is for this reason. I'm convinced that he doesn't have money to go out to eat today. And he was like, oh, I know what I can do. I'll go live and see if somebody will just send me food.
Streaming application. Place that in there again if anybody wanted to check it out or place an order or something like that. But I could say I want to talk about this for other streamers too, that you can use it too. And the website 100% keeps your address top secret. They don't advertise where you live. If you place the order, the website will have somebody deliver that food to your house, and you know, 100%. And it's, you know, like,
Oh God.
people can't just place orders and then like.
I think the problem that Tommy, like, I think the issue with Tommy is, like, it's the way he goes about these things, right? It's the way he goes about this. You know, because obviously, guys, I'm sitting here collecting donations. Like, without donations, I don't have a show. So I am at the mercy of my audience for donations and super chats and things like that. But so let me explain that again. I don't think that Tommy having this app and doing this would be a problem. It's the way he does it. It's the way you clearly see what his motive is. He doesn't care about anything. He's not giving you value. And Tommy, if you're listening, this is the problem. You're supposed to be an entertainer. You're not giving your audience value. You're asking and you're taking and not giving. That's the problem. I work with some people on YouTube who pay me money sometimes to go through their channel and figure out what's wrong with their channel. Now, a lot's wrong with my channel, and I'm actually aware of it. I just haven't been able to correct it yet. But, you know, you need to give back first. You need to give the audience something first. And when the audience goes, holy shit, this was entertaining, I want to send this guy some food tonight, you know? Like, that's what you do. And if you can do that, then it's an honest thing. Like, hey, guys, we streamed about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I want to tell you about this new app. And, you know, it's an app where instead of donating live and the donation goes off, an alert will go off, but you know, it'll be like you're sending me food. It's weird. You guys can actually send me food, and it can be an interesting thing where whoever you can send me food any time of the day, and I'll eat it, and I'll give you a shout out and all that type of stuff, and I'll review the food if you want, or whatever the case may be. Anyway, it's cool, whatever. It's fun. You know, I'm fat and I want to eat because I'm fat as shit. So hook it up. It's down below. Here's the link, blah, blah, blah. And then move on. Just move on after that. You gave the audience 30 minutes of something, and now you told them about how they could have fun with you or help you. And then people go, oh, shit, I want to help you. I want to do that. That'd be funny to do that. But if you just make the stream and you start with the stream, Tommy, and you're just like right off the bat, you're just like, so there's this thing. You can just send me food. It's like, I mean, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. You know, I get it, but I don't get it. I don't know. Tommy, I'm gonna buy you breakfast one of these days. Again, I'm gonna buy you lunch or something this week. In fact, I am gonna do that for you, Tommy. You know, $10. I don't know what it is. He probably eats fucking at a diner though. It's like $15. Okay, the phone lines are open. 339-226-6610. Guys, I will talk about anything you want to talk about. You want to talk about wrestling? We'll talk about wrestling. If you want to talk about personal shit, we'll talk about that. You want to talk about your shit? We'll talk about that. You want to talk about the show the other night? We'll talk about that.
Like, expect, you know, like they have to buy the item directly for the person that they are like using it for, and that's how it works. Is like, so trolls can't use it to play pranks and just have food delivered to my house and think that, you know, like, oh,
they still could.
You know, like, we're just going to pull a prank on Tommy. We know where he lives. No, you don't know where I live. It goes to the website, and it gets delivered to my house.
No, we can find out that on Google. Let's take a call. Hey, 217, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? What do you got? What's going on?
Well, just getting ready for WrestleMania 35 this year.
I am not getting ready for it. I am just ready for it to just kind of happen out of nowhere almost, because the build is making me want to murder myself.
Yeah. I wanted to comment on your subject currently about the whole e-begging thing.
Right. What do you think about it? You know, because, I mean, I take donations, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, the idea of, like, donations is great. You know, I don't mind people contributing to, you know, content makers. I mean, that's essentially how a lot of you guys make your living, and that's fine. But when people have ruined things such as, like, GoFundMe, crowdfunding things, where they don't produce content that they promised,
oh God,
then it becomes an issue.
Kickstarter has so many of those, and you know, even you know what gets me angry is when I see like the guys who they come on and they cry and they virtue signal about all these things, and they say, "Here's my Patreon," and I go to their Patreon, and I notice that there's really nothing there. It's kind of just like, give me money, and here's like a couple little things. Like, I mean, it's like there was this girl that I had on one of my shows, and she was making videos on YouTube saying, "Hey, this might be my last video because I can't do this anymore unless you support me on Patreon." But she only put out a video for the last 3 months, one time. And then before that, she was doing one video a month. And the videos weren't anything like spectacular that you could, you know, like, I'm trying to think, what's his name? Who's the guy that makes like a video once every couple months, but they're really good? You know, the skinny guy. You know what I'm talking about? The content cop guy?
Yeah, I can't think of the guy's name, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, him or like, you know, somebody like that. And I wish I could remember his name. Somebody will remember it in the chat. But like that type of thing. Oh, that's completely understandable. And that guy doesn't even have a Patreon, I don't think. But this girl was doing she was doing 10-minute videos like I do every day. So like when I make a video, it's 10 or 15 minutes long. She did like one. And she did do a lot of research, I guess, and stuff like that. But again, it's only 10 minutes long. And it was like once every month. And then she was making videos like, you need to support me on Patreon or I'm going to go away and everything. And I liked her at the time. And I actually went to her Patreon. Then I looked at her YouTube and I said, well, wait a minute. Why the hell would I support you? You don't even do anything. Like if she had made like 3 videos a week, I would have supported her because I would have said, yeah, I want you to keep doing this. This is good. But then when you realize you just want me to support you on Patreon, but for the last 4 months you've done nothing. That's the stuff.
Well, another prime example of that, which I'm sure you've probably heard of them, Sean's View Entertainment.
Oh, I mean, I live near him. I know the guy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, because of certain content creators, and, you know, I don't like to trash anybody, but there's a lot of people who don't necessarily know that, okay, you know, like, let's say a kid who's like 18, 19 years old gets on YouTube, sees this video, and it's like, oh, well, I better help this guy out because, you know, according to what he's saying, his channel's going to tank.
Yeah,
and then like 2 weeks later, he does an unboxing of like, you know, a $500 pair of shoes that you paid for.
A PlayStation, yeah. Yeah, I remember, you know, he was accused of not sending out prizes and things like that. Yeah, and I think that happens with me too, where like somebody younger or whatever, they support maybe a little bit too much sometimes because they, you know, whatever. And it's hard because I don't want to take advantage of people, but I do got to make sure that I say, hey, you know, whatever. And I mean, up until 2 years ago, you know, I used to do this 20 hours a week while working my 45-hour-a-week job. So I would just say, I was more easy about, hey, whatever, if we get support that way, cool. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But with him, yeah, it's always people manipulate stuff all the time, and the younger kids will donate and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I get that. And he was accused of stuff like that. But honestly, not a lot of people really supported Sean, because Sean we used to talk on the phone, and Sean would say, how the hell do I get the support, that you get? I don't get how you get the support, and why don't I get that, and how do I do that? Because I'd sit there and I'd say, well, Sean, I wish I had 100K subs, and he would say, well, I wish I had the support of your audience. And I just said, well, you just don't appear to be real. Like, that's the thing. Sean is, even though I like Sean in real life, I think he's kind of a goof in real life, but he's nice enough in real life. But he comes off as just full of shit. So, like, nobody with a brain wants to do anything for him because they think, and he just clickbait stuff, So unless it's some young kid, then nobody's going to support that. And I don't think he understood that. I was trying to tell him that, but he's a good guy though in real life. He's just goofy on here.
Well, it's kind of like, the last, let's say the last, 8 to 10 years of, the average YouTube watcher, they look at his playlist or just anybody in general, and they're like, okay, what kind of content is this guy putting out that is validating me enough to donate my $2 a month or $5 or whatever it is?
Right.
Are they putting production value into it? Are they, doing content that I can't find anywhere else? Or are they putting a spin on something that I haven't seen before?
Yeah, and I'd like to do a better job of wrestling content, to be honest. Like, I've been so preoccupied with trying to get all these other shows of mine going as well, which have done well. But my goal going forward is to try to do a little bit better on the wrestling content. So I'm hoping I can do that. And yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, I'm a supporter of about 10 other creators. And it's just because I'm like, dude, I watch this guy I must watch some of these guys 3 hours a day. And I'm like, I'm watching this more than radio, more than anything else. And I know that they're not making much money in ad revenue. So I like supporting for $2, $3, $4, $5 a month for everybody. And that's it. I don't mind that. And then once in a while, I'll go into a stream and I'll drop a couple bucks, and hopefully it all adds up. And so, yeah, I think people do. You like to support something that you really, really like if you have a couple bucks to do it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that whole thing about guilting your audience, it's a fine line. But yeah, I can't stand it when the scammers are out there and the Kickstarters promise all this stuff, then they never come out. We don't know who some of the GoFundMes are, but yet some of the GoFundMes save people's lives, so it's hard to friggin' figure it out. But you know what it also tells me is the people are so screwed over nowadays that we have to fund ourselves. That's how screwed up things are. That they're taking 85% of the ad revenue from us, really. When I look at a video and it says, oh, your 10-minute video made $60 total, but you get $3. It's like, well, what the hell? They say you get screwed, and they don't take care of you.
Yeah. So
we all have to support each other on our own time. And it's the same thing around everything else, like healthcare and stuff like that. It's like sometimes there's GoFundMes everywhere because people can't fucking pay for shit. So it's, I don't know, something's out of balance, but at least we're all taking care of each other, but there should be something better in place.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, in all honesty, I've been a content creator since probably 2008. And,
wow.
I've seen the trend too of, some of my videos were, getting anywhere between 10, 15, 20,000, every couple of weeks. And then they started putting all those restrictions on what you could say, what you couldn't say. The artificial intelligence would flag my videos.
Right. Yeah.
And especially, because I've been a big watcher of your show for a long time. And I've noticed that, and I'm sure you have too by looking at your analytics, as soon as you post a video, it could be on there for an hour, and YouTube doesn't actually catch up with the views until 3 days later.
Oh, yeah, there's a huge delay now in views. It's such a mess. And so you don't know how the video's even doing until like days later when it's already too late. You start realizing, oh, okay, this worked or didn't work or whatever the case is. So, no, you're right about that, man. Listen, I'm going to let you go, but good. I appreciate the call. I'm glad you're still listening, and I don't know, hopefully it gets better on YouTube.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right,
Have a good
man.
one.
Wolfpack pussy. Wolfpack pussy, baby. What's up, Bri Guy? What's up, everybody? 339-226-6610. I'll take a call from anybody and everybody.
Super chat. Super chat.
Talk about anything.
What's the fucking point, Tommy?
What's the fucking point, Tommy? Yeah, I heard Conor McGregor drop the puck at the Bruins game tonight. That's epic. I actually have it on, but I had it on, but I didn't actually see the drop.
Get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Let's go, Blue Jackets. You want some of this?
Joe, I guys got to help him so he won't get diabetes, lol.
Yeah, oh my God, dude. Starting a whole stream on purpose to basically talk about how you want people to get you food is really fucked up, dude. I mean, oh my God, dude. Broken Lion. His name is Broken Lion. $5. Broken Lion, thanks, man. Look, I mean, this is fucking weird, dude.
So if anybody wants to do it, you're welcome to do it. For any streamer or person that runs a show and you want to do this for your
Party.
In February, he asked Ken for breakfast, Bailey for breakfast, and if I remember correctly, also asked Joe for food delivery.
Right.
Now, this is his last resort.
Yeah, this is his last resort, dude. I got it. He went to Ken. He went to Bailey. And now he's going to the fans, baby. He's going to the fucking fans, Prayish.
favorite YouTuber, deliver food to them or something like that, and it's already paid for, prepaid for, you can. It's called Treat Stream, and check them out.
Party.
Because you know I have.
Coming to St. Patrick's Day Parade in Boston tomorrow. I'll buy you a beer. I've never been. Any suggestions?
Yurder, what's up, man? Thanks for the $4.99. I have been to the St. Patrick's Day Parade in South Boston. About maybe 10 times. Most of the time, my buddy lived on West 7th Street, which is right on the main street of the parade, goes right by his house. So we would either sit on the top floor and watch the parade and throw stuff, or we would be drunk and then walking through the parade. It's fun, man.
Smoke weed every day.
Hell yeah.
DA Weed God is here. Love you, Joe.
The Weed God is in the house. Nicky J, thanks for the 420, man. Smoke it up. Guys, tonight, Nicky J, I appreciate it, Nicky. Tonight is Corrupted Podcast. It starts at about 1 a.m., which is Sunday technically, but tonight, you know what I mean. On Patreon, you can hear it for $1, okay? You can hear it for a fucking $1. And for $2, you get the audio download of it as well later on. With it edited, with the sounds, and everything sounds nicer. It's downloadable to your phone. Save your data plan. Want to shout out Sean Pyatt for pledging $2 a month. Chad from going from 2 to 5. Scorp18 talks wrestling at $5. And Official Dots. The Official Dots going from 2 to 10 into the VIP category. Thank you to Official Dots. Always supporting the streams and the shows. And also to Josh Lines, $10 a month. Irish Dave Doherty from 1 to 5. And Fresty from 5 to 10. Fresty. Cody Doom, $5. And Chris Gutierrez. And then Trey Hendrickson went to the producer credit from $5 to $25. And Steven Bowers. And now I would like to take a phone call because that's it, man. I plugged my shit all I could. We know Tommy plugged his shit. And now I'm going to plug Devious Dave Rose's ass. What's up, Dave Rose?
Hey, what's up, Joe? Do you hear me okay?
Oh, yeah, you sound good.
Okay, because unfortunately I'm hearing major feedback on my end. It actually sounds very staticky when I'm hearing you talk and the donations. Not sure what's going on, but the feed is coming out fine from what I was hearing too.
Right.
But on the call, that's why I disconnected, because it's killing my ears.
Oh, really? Oh, let me see here. Hold on a minute.
And it's strange because last night it was perfect, but I mean, I just made sure to check the stream to make sure it wasn't me, and it seems like there's nothing wrong. It's just probably something internal. Well, I don't know if the other call got the issue. Other caller got the issue.
Well, you are on the tablet right now, coming through the call line, so it is different.
But it was the same as the other. Still sounded a lot better, but I'll have to just endure. But like they say about Hillary, she endured, right? But no, I wanted to call in specifically about the Tommy thing before the show got hijacked. I try not to call into actually, I've never called into one of your Q&A shows, but I had to call in because of this.
Yeah.
Because here's another thing people got to consider. This fucking website is to get pre-prepared food. Tommy clearly has a love of fast food. And I mean, it's specifically engineered to be that way. But if you're going to buy him food, you're basically signing his death warrant. This kid has to fucking start to take responsibility for his actions. He's got to start working out, but more importantly, he's got to start eating healthy. The guy could make a stew or something if he just put the effort into it. And clearly he's not. And if anyone adds to this, they're going to just be ensuring that he dies an early death.
Yeah, I am concerned about him because he is mowing shit down. Like, dude, and I've seen him in person eat. It's fucking horrific. He ate a whole fucking pizza in front of me. And you can even see it, dude. It's so sickening almost. And I hate to say that because I do love Tommy.
It's saddening. That's the thing. It's sad to see someone go to this direction. Because, I mean, all you have to do is Google people of Walmart and you see that direction.
And he's like, licking his lips. And, he's like smelling the air almost. You can almost smell it. Like, he can taste the grease. I can feel it. You can, if you watch the as he describes the food you could get for him. Like, dude, I can see he's got a problem. And I mean, he could say I've got a problem maybe with alcohol or something, I don't know. But he's got a problem, dude. There's something wrong. And I don't know.
They call it comfort food for a reason. There's a reason why people with sometimes psychological issues, and I'm not necessarily saying that he does, but I mean, you can see that there's always that underlying issue that when somebody overeats or is gluttonous, there is a psychological reason for it. It's not necessarily because they just love that food.
You're right. It's just like he should, he said he doesn't like lasagna, though. I
want to see the best for the kid. I want to see him, but here's the thing. He's got to be self-sustaining, self-sufficient. When it comes to food, he can't just fall back on this whole, I'm just going to order food. And I'm guilty of that sometimes. I'm not going to deny that. But the thing is, though, I'm not battling, potential obesity, I
mean, I'm getting there.
In fact, I should be eating, more vegetables and stuff, but that doesn't mean I'm not sustaining enough protein. It's all about balance. And the problem is, Tommy, it's an overindulgence when it comes to the fast food and the fried stuff. Especially, he eats just a lot of stuff with sugar, with sweets. The juice that he drinks isn't even fruit juice. It's fucking poison.
Yeah, it's all that concentrate shit. If you start reading the stuff on the back of that stuff, I mean, ignorance is bliss, like, for me. But sometimes I will, man. I'll start reading the back. Dude, lemon juice. Fucking lemon juice that you buy in a plastic bottle. I was like, I think I'm going to throw some lemon juice on this salmon that I have. And I actually flipped over the lemon juice thing because I wanted to get lemons. And I was like, I'll just get the lemon juice thing. I flipped over the fucking lemon juice. And it's got goddamn poison in it. I'm like, are you joking me? Even the lemon juice? And the worst thing about it is the lemon juice says, like, natural and fresh and all these other things. And I'm like, oh, well, this lemon juice has got to be good. And then sure enough, it's like biodoxine fucking something fluorite, like whatever the fuck.
Now, I got to jump in here. Who says this? Somebody said it's, JAR says it's eating healthy is a lot of money too. No, wrong. Eating money can be very affordable if you know how to acquire goods.
Yeah.
You can buy a bunch of lemons, for example, get it healthy and not have to deal with what Joe's talking about. This is the most amazing thing, the simplest thing. Take half a lemon in the morning, squeeze it into a glass cup of juice, of water, I should say. Just water, plain water, right? Mix it up and drink it. And that is extremely healthy, not only for the bowels, but for the health. There's so many things you can do that don't cost that much. And when we start to, again, if we go to Walmart to get our produce, since it's coming from fucking China, of course it's going to end up costing us a lot of money to buy healthy. But if we're buying local, if we're finding local providers and producers of goods, we can essentially lower the costs of living healthy. And the problem is we're surrounded in a toxic world. So the problem is that it's a Band-Aid solution. Yeah, I could go home and make myself a quick meal. It'll take 20, 30 minutes. Or I could just go through the drive-thru, and in 5 minutes I got my fix.
We are late. Well, that's the thing. It's not really the money. Like people can say that, and that's true. Some things are expensive, but it's not really the money. It's the lazy. We're lazy. Nobody wants to. Like, you have to prepare this stuff. Like, even if you switched from all that shit, like even bread, right? Bread's not really good for you. But even lettuce on bread with some mayo and salt, like that's not even the best thing for you. But that would be like a huge improvement over what he's eating and what many of us are eating with like butter, cheese, and grease and fried.
Butter's good for you, though.
Well, it depends what kind of butter. There are fats that are
actually good for the body, but when you start to introduce things like margarine,
well, that's
you're basically literally eating something that's literally one molecule away from fucking plastic. And the same goes for fucking Cheese Whiz and American cheese.
Right. And how about the did you know that the fucking cheese, that little grated cheese in the bags that you pull out and you sprinkle it on something? You ever notice that it clumps up? Did you hear about why that is? Because they put in a fucking material to keep the cheese from clumping up together. So like when you
hold on, you have to start over. I missed the first part. What cheese are you referring to clumps up?
Yeah, those little like grated cheese in a bag?
Yes.
So like you get it and you pull it out and you have a handful of it and you can spread it around on something. And why doesn't it clump up? Why doesn't it congeal together? And the reason is because they put fucking wood chips in it.
Oh my god!
So like,
have you seen?
No, the wood dust. The dust is actually a type of wood. It's like wood, and and that's what keeps it from like sticking together. And we're eating that.
Congealing, yeah.
Have
you seen the videos of American cheese where they take a blowtorch to it and the thing doesn't burn?
Oh my god, no.
It's fucked up. We live in a world where it's basically so much easier to produce like artificial garbage and label it as food when you've got an organization like the FDA that's just fucking stamping approvals for this shit like it's going out of business. Then like a concentration on, from a governmental level saying, maybe it's time that we started cleaning up our act and eating healthy because maybe that's adding to the mental health problems that we're having.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be. It's got to be all adding up. You're putting these weird foreign man-made chemicals and shit into food. We don't know what this shit even does yet, and it's weird. It's just, at the very least, like, it's not good. Like, all this shit, and, like, if you read how it's poisonous, how certain things are poisonous, it's like water isn't really poisonous at some point, and neither is most other things. But some of these chemicals in here are poisonous, and in other things, they have danger labels on them. And you're like, why is this in my food? Why is there no danger warning on my food? And then they're like, well, it's not enough that, it's...
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's not at lethal levels, so...
Yeah, it's not enough. You'd have to eat a whole lot of it to really get there. I mean, that's basically like saying, well, listen, you're going to go work in asbestos today. But, unless you do it every day, it's not really a big deal. And that's like kind of true in some ways. But no, I'm not going to risk working in asbestos all day and breathing
It's the same with the nuclear power plant. Oh, well, it's just that, it's a little higher than a typical X-ray dose, but it's not it's under the total lifetime that you need to die from cancer. So it's okay.
Right. Even when we bought our house, they were like, we were worried about the lead. And dude, they don't give a shit. They're like, you don't want to ask about that. Just get in. Don't worry about it.
But here's another thing is that people need to understand it's not that difficult to not only source their food and materials locally, but they can grow these things on the road. Now, unfortunately, it does look like there is a big clamp down on that because not only are growing gardens in certain areas illegal, actual illegal. It's not just like a civil violation. It's a criminal one.
Yep.
But you can't even collect your own rainwater on your own property in certain states.
That's fucking fucked up, dude. Like, you're telling me I can't put a fucking pan outside?
Water from Nestle that fucking has plastic bottles that actually seep into the water and then affect your health in the future. Keep buying those, but you can't collect rainwater that's just totally natural.
It's funny, I'm drinking a Nestle Pure Life water bottle right now.
Another thing about Nestle is they actually made an agreement with both American and Canadian governments to basically steal fresh water from the Great Lakes and to bottle it.
Not surprised. And you know what? I'm not surprised because here's another reason why, Dave, I'm not surprised.
Oh, just to say, the CEO said that water is not a human right. That's what the CEO of Nestle said about water to people.
Jesus Christ. I can't buy this anymore now. I was buying it because it's the cheapest thing on Amazon. Now you know why. Because they're competing with Poland Spring. Poland Spring is like, it's a lot of money for it's for the same amount. It's like it's $2 for a 12-pack of Nestle Pure Life water, but it's like $8 for a Poland Spring pack.
I saw $2 for a fucking pack of 12 bottles of water.
Yeah. That's what I got. I got a load of Nestle pure water. And I was wondering too. I went and I knew it when I've been buying it thinking like, man, Nestle's the worst and I'm buying this shit. Cuz they can, I don't know, dude. That's so fucked up. You can't save your own water.
That's a perfect point. We've been put into a corner. It's like we could go to the dollar store and buy stuff that we need that's going to break in a month that's made in China, or we can spend 5 times as much to buy something that's hard to get here in America, but you don't even know if that company is going to survive next month because they keep shipping off these jobs and stuff.
Yeah. Well, someone just said Nestle owns Poland Spring. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
If that's the case, then that's hilarious. I mean, that's the classic that's the old school gimmick. You know what I mean? Create your own competition. Hey, Poland Springs.
That's right. It's the illusion of competition. Absolutely.
Right. And I don't know who owns Fiji, but
Coke. I think Coke does.
Okay, well that's who owns this. Well, is Nestle involved with Pepsi? They're involved with someone too, aren't they? Who owns?
Oh, they all have their little water brands.
Yeah, that's true. They got to have one.
Yeah, the Goon talks about you can taste the excessive fluoride. You can. You actually can taste the fluoride. I get my water from an actual spring, and you can taste the difference even from municipal water. And when it comes to bottled water, the problem is the biggest. You know how they talk about BPA? BPA seeps into the water because it's a plastic that breaks up. Well, most of these bottles still have BPA in them. So imagine this, a pallet comes into a shipment comes into Walmart. It's sitting there for 6 months. You finally get it. You buy it. Oh, you're drinking it throughout the house. But how long has it been that's been seeping in? The plastic's been seeping into that water.
It's a fact that it's two different things. It's two different things. And by the way, anybody who drinks bottled water and that's everybody, needs to know this. Two different things. How long has the water been in the bottle, and what is the temperature that the bottle has been in the presence of? Because if you leave the bottle in your car for a day in the steaming heat, and later on you're like, oh, it's cold out at night, now the water's cooled down, I'm just going to drink this water now. It is a fact, 100%. Look it up. News stations have done stories on this. The BPA levels in the bottled water increase 30 times. And when they measure that level, it's actually that's when they can call it cancerous. Like they can test the water at that point, and you can say this right now, this water is a cancerous level, which is like, there's levels of everything that's cancerous. I told you that I bought an electromagnetic pulse and vector meter or whatever. I bought this thing that does everything. It reads everything perfectly, and people use it. One of the biggest things that people use this, and this is a lot of people who are paranoid about shit, but electricians use it, and people surveying homes use it. If this thing goes over a certain level, it starts blinking red, and anything above above a 3 reading or whatever is where legally, 100% legally by the government, you can get cancer. This is known to cause cancer, is what they say. So a lot of people, when they put their beds in their room, in their bedroom, in their house, they'll run over the whole bed with this meter to make sure that they're not sleeping in some kind of electrical interference. And you can go over your whole house with it. And of course, if you get to near the electrical socket, it goes off. If you get near the screen and the monitor, it can go off. And what was happening where I used to live was in the middle of the room, it was going off, and it was going way off. It was going like off the scale, like 260 in the red. And again, I believe it was over 3, known to cause cancer, over 3. And I was getting like a 200 reading in the middle of the room. I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I was unplugging stuff, turning things on. Finally, I figured out it was the fucking Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi box. It was set up right in the middle of the room, and everything around the box was lighting up. And then in some areas away, it was lighting up. So when I turned the Wi-Fi off, there was no problem anymore. Even in the corners where it was like weirdly lighting up in a random corner. And I called the cable company, and I was trying to ask them about it. And eventually, I got some kind of vague answer from a guy who was like, well, basically what happens is the wireless G signal sometimes can carry free radical electronic waves. So if there's and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. So
weren't we just talking about if there's just an isolated case, it's fine.
Yeah, and the point of that is go out and get one of these things, $40, and make sure that your Wi-Fi isn't near where you sleep or something. And you'd said this to me.
Yes, definitely. But don't even put your phone close to your head while you're sleeping.
But Dave, remember I slept in this room, and remember I used to have all these problems. I was fucked up, and I still have problems.
Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm surrounded by this, and I'm sleeping in that room, and the thing is right next to me, and it's like, dude, this is probably fucking with me, and that's not this isn't conspiracy stuff too. The interference of Wi-Fi with you, those studies are real, and then the known to
absolutely they're real,
known to cause cancer. That's the government saying known to cause cancer. There's regulations on this type of stuff, for buildings and companies.
Well, there are, but they're somewhat loose, and they kind of allow for certain things to occur. I mean, look at what 5G is doing right now. I mean, considering the previous stuff was already dangerous as it was, this new stuff is going to have an accelerated effect on the human body, whether it be psychologically, whether it be physically, genetically. It will cause a lot of health problems in the future if it's allowed to go unchallenged.
Yeah, because you're amplifying it even more. I mean, you can use stuff, and that's the thing is you can put the phone up to your head. And by the way, that's the other thing. If you put this thing up to the phone, the measure up to the phone, it goes off. And then even just slightly a little bit away from the phone, it goes off. And that's why there's no argument with this. Okay? If you have a phone over here and you go to bed, you might be kind of okay, because again, the meter does, after you get here, it doesn't pick it up. But when you get here, it does, and if you touch it, it does. So every time you're holding this in your hand, if I put the meter up to it, it's going to go off. So I'm holding it in my hand. And again, known to cause cancer. Do you guys have these meters? No. Most people don't. You can get it on Amazon. It was $40 for me. I got it. So every time you're holding this, there's a real electrical signal that's bad for you that you're touching.
Or every time you pass one of those cell phone towers.
Yeah, and then those are magnified. Oh, who knows where the fuck, And again, it's knowledge is power, and having, and I always look at the science and the math, right? I always say, like, fuck what everybody, like, the conspiracy about maybe it's doing this to me, maybe it's not. And I also don't believe the government or any of the companies who will say, like, you'll be okay or you'll be fine. Fuck all that. Here's the meter. It's going to tell me A, B, or C. It's going to tell me for a fact the numbers. And that's all you need to know. Because they'll tell you, oh, that's like a thing people say. It's not anything. Okay, well, the government and scientists say that this is known to cause cancer. I have this. Here's the number I'm getting. But you said to me, don't worry about it.
Well, apart from the fact that I read books and that I am voracious in my reading and like to read government white papers as well as studies and scientific reports. But I also have a good memory. I'm not sure if you remember, Joe, but back in the mid-'90s, late 90s, there was massive class action lawsuits that came out after it was proven that cell phones cause brain cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that at all?
I remember it, but I don't remember what happened after that.
But that's the thing, though. There was settlements that were made, and then it was brushed under the rug. But the thing is, even back then, when they had this older technology, they knew what the problem was, and they decided that it was cheaper for them to have settlements than then to stop having this technology. And you see the same thing with so many. Like, for example, did you guys know in the chat that Donald Rumsfeld, who eventually would become defense secretary for George Bush Jr., he actually was a CEO of Monsanto, and they allowed, actually he worked for the FDA as well, but they are the ones that allowed for aspartame, which is the big ingredient for any sort of diet Coke or a diet drink, to be basically authorized, despite the fact that all these reports show that it was fucking causing cancer on rats and was detrimental to humans.
Yeah. It's so bad that it actually, I think they also proved recently that it prevents a certain cancer. And the reason why it prevents this certain cancer is because it, like, just kills shit. And so the cancer can't even grow because it's killing shit. So, and I think that's like stomach cancer or something like that. But yeah, dude, and look no further than my Mazda, right? A year and a half ago, I had the proof that the airbag, we probably have the airbags that are killing people. And I said to them, hey, I got this recall that my car may be involved. So basically the lawyers and stuff sent out a thing saying your car is probably one of the cars. And then I took it to the dealership and they said, well, no, there's no recall in your car. And I said, I know, but can you at least check to see if this is the airbag, because people are dying. And then they finally said again, they were like, no, it's not. There's no recall, so there's nothing we can do because there's nothing. It's not one of the airbags. A year later.
It's funny that you say that because I literally got a letter for that on my vehicle the other day that apparently they're recalling the airbag, the passenger airbag, because apparently it's caused death and injury and death. So I'm going to have to get that checked.
What happened is there's metal, shrapnel that shoots on the airbag.
I don't have a Mazda, by the way, but.
Well, it's not about Mazda. It's about it's like the Asian company that made these. Metal got into the whatever on the airbag. So about 30 people are dead now. When I heard about it a year ago, 13 people were dead. And I just got the recall. What was it? Well, now it's been a while. Now it's been about 5 months that I got the recall. But I got the recall and I said, I'm like, I asked you guys a year ago. So I could have gotten in a car accident and people could have been dead. But I knew it. I knew it because I did the paper. I looked at the paper trail. Now, if I should have been a smarter person and said I demand this be taken out now, but I didn't do that. But that just shows you right there. Again, it's not about you. They don't care about you. It's just what's better for the corporation and what's better for the, they don't care.
What's better for the bottom line? Because again, this is the big thing, even with vaccines. And despite that people want to ignore this fact, there is something called a vaccine court. Any injuries that occur from vaccines, although officially by law aren't recognized as that, they move to this vaccine court where all settlements are made, but it's not really published or even discussed because it's much cheaper for an organization that makes literally billions of dollars a year to just settle a case where a vaccine actually caused an injury or death than for them to just recall that entire vaccine from the market. Because, again, the bottom line is the bottom line.
Yes, they say, listen, 90% or 97, whatever the number is. I don't know what the number is, but let's say it's better than that, right? It's probably pretty good, right? Like 98% of people will not be affected by the vaccine. So whatever. But listen, doctor, we just found out that 2% of people are going to suffer a death, or debilitating injury from this thing. It's like, well, do we start over from scratch and try to do it again? Okay, well, let's try to do it a different way because we can't have people dying. And then they come back and they say, well, on this vaccine, it's 87%. Oh, God, well, just go back to the 98%. And they try to perfect it, but they can't because you can't perfect and predict the genetic breakdown of every single different human as we continue to possibly evolve and everything else. It's just not, you can't perfect it. So you literally just have to kind of take a chance. And so I kind of do understand that. But Dave, the problem is that they don't. I understand that, right? Like to get the vaccine into whatever 98% or whatever the rate is. I don't know that percentage. I'm making that percentage up, but I assume it's something like that. But the problem is that they don't make enough people aware of it. Like, we just have to let you know.
And you know what's the funny thing is the hypocrisy of those that aren't willing to see reality. If the same thing, the same thing could be applied to firearms, and it doesn't even equate. More people actually die from vaccine deaths than firearms. But even if that wasn't true, okay, let's just go on the fact that you have people on both sort of points here dying, right? On one half, you have people that are basically bemoaning firearms and they have to be entirely banned. But in the same breath, they'll say, well, okay, there's a couple of deaths associated with vaccines, so you have to still fully allow it. It really, and I don't think this is a false analogy at all, but it really needs to be determined and accepted that both of these topics do sort of equate to each other. There is an equivalence between the two. Because, again, in the right hands, whether it be a firearm or vaccine, it does a good job.
Right.
But in the wrong hands or for the wrong reasons, well, it could lead to death.
Right. It's all about money and people's jobs and all that other stuff. And I am aware. The good thing is I was aware of it. Like, every time my kids were vaccinated, I'm nervous. I am. Because I know it's not just some thing. Like, a lot of people, it's just, all right, all set, all done. I'm not an anti-vax person who's running around freaking out, but I know that every time one of my kids is ejected, I'm watching him closely all day, all night, like every single time, because
because there's adverse effects and it's already known. I mean, the thing that people don't understand is how vaccines work is basically you're aggravating the immune system to create a defense by giving it the exact infection that you're trying to fight against. That's what people don't understand about vaccines. Now, the human body is an amazing thing. It has that ability to be exposed to some sort of toxin or virus and adapt and create an immune system necessary to defend itself. The problem is when the immune system isn't strong enough and the vaccine is too strong, you can have very bad problems. And I just think that that's not being acknowledged enough. Like, I'm not saying that there's no need for vaccines whatsoever, but I'm not saying that there's the necessity that there is right now, especially with the increase. Again, correlate the information. Why is it that we've increased vaccination so much? And strangely, diseases like autism and Asperger's have also increased dramatically as well. They can't be disassociated just off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the answer for that is. Like, I'm trying to think. I mean, it may be a definite correlation, but I'm also trying to compare it to the craze of the ADD craze. The ADHD, ADD craze that we went through in the late 90s, early 2000s. Seems like everybody had ADD at that point. So sometimes I wonder, like, is everybody really autistic now, or has everyone kind of just, this has always been this way? Hey,
I
Casey
love how you brought that up, man, because I remember kids in high school back in the mid late 90s that were so overprescribed like Ritalin that they ended up like just dealing that stuff at school.
Can't wait for your birthday, Casey. Thanks for the donation. Monday.
Happy birthday, Casey. It's Raw.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, they did it to me. They did it to me. They gave me Concerta. And I remember I took it. I told you this story. I took it for like a little while, and it did make me like way more organized. And what happened was, this is weird, Dave, because this is like sort of getting into like the DMT and the other drugs and talking about that stuff.
I also want to say I don't think that vaccines cause autism. I think they're related, but I don't think that it's the initial cause. Just to like make sure that nobody starts to attack me like, oh, Dave says this and that.
Yeah,
like there's some sort of correlation. I don't know what it is, but the fact is that we've got to take a look at this dispassionately and just examine the facts. Sorry, Joe, go ahead.
Well, it's similar to peanut allergies. Like, you know, I mean, a lot of people think peanut allergies there's more of them than ever before, and part of that is because the peanut oils that they used in the Petri dishes for the a lot of the babies that were what are they called?
Premature?
No, it's the ones where they put the egg in the woman.
Oh, the in vitro fertilization?
Yeah, in vitro. Like, my aunt's kids were that way. But, like, a lot of people we know, not everybody, but it seems like 30-40% of the time in vitro. I don't know, so something like that where it, like, kickstarts an allergy, you know, if you want to call autism an allergy in a way. I don't know. But that's another thing. But what was I saying?
Dude, tell me this, though. Did you not hear recently that now there's like a pediatric organizations that are saying, yes, expose your child to peanuts because that's actually going to help build their immune system so they can eat it in the future? Like, it's a total flip-flop from what it was in the past. Like, don't even expose them to like what's that called that you wear? Sunscreen that might have peanut, oil in there because it'll kill them and stuff. But now it's like expose them when they're young, which is kind of like what a vaccine is. Like,
yes.
Not necessarily in the age, but you expose an immune system when it's ready to be able to adapt to it. So in the future, it'll be able to handle that. And that's the same thing of what now they're saying, which is hilarious to me because 10 years ago it was the total opposite. Like, this fucking hypocrisy in medicine's insane.
I think they're right about this. This is the same thing with allergies with bees. Like, if you can get the honey of your local area, like the pure honey, and you can like eat some of the honey like before spraying and stuff like that, like your allergies are going to come down because your immune system starts kind of getting ready for it, if that makes any sense. And the peanut allergy, they said the same thing. They didn't tell us to do it with Finn, but they have said like you can introduce peanuts like in this wicked small dose. There's even, I think, a pill for it or something now. And it's like the smallest shit ever. On the lowest level ever.
A pill. That means somebody's making money from that. Oh, how convenient.
Right. I think. I mean, I'm not 100% on that, but I think it's something like that.
Did you ever get chicken pox, Joe?
I got it, but I barely got it. But now no one gets it because there's a vaccine.
I got it. I got it bad. And the thing is, though, I remember that even at that time in the 80s, there was these chicken pox parties where, again, you would have your kid exposed to the kid that had chicken pox. They would then basically, their immune system would just build over it, and there would be no need for a vaccine. Nowadays, you don't hear about chicken pox. People just kids get all these vaccines to prevent it when technically it's a disease that's existed for a long time, and those that are able to be exposed to it at a young age have an immune system that builds up strongly enough so that in the future they can face even worse, sort of interactions with diseases.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I heard if you put peanuts in your ass, it works. I'm just fucking with you. But no,
imagine the allergic reaction to that.
No, dude, but like, wait till the nanotechnology if we could get that going. Because like in the future, don't you think like imagine that we shouldn't have shots anymore. In the future, it should just be like, oh, did you get your nanites installed?
Oh, that would be so much. I would love that, actually, to be quite honest, because
working on it.
First of all, I hate fucking injections, and like. We've got to get to the point because right now we have all these super bugs. So even a vaccine that normally would have worked now, can't fight against super vaccines.
Yeah, I mean,
It's super diseases, I should say.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, then it would come down to like, you just have to take one of them, or like all the stuff is pre-programmed into the nanotechnology. I mean, they're already doing it. Like, they're doing this stuff now. In like 50 years, they should have this, if not earlier. They might have it early. They might have it in 10 years. I don't know. But it's like, dude, like you put the fucking nanites in your body, or if you get cancer, depending on the type of cancer and your genetics, now all they have to do is get your blood samples and program the nanites or whatever, the nanotechnology, stick it in you, and they'll like go in and kill the cancer the best way, and they'll just take care of it. That stuff's all being done right now in labs and shit. And it's 100% real. It's right out of Star Trek, like The Next Generation or something. Because that was the first time I was introduced to like, nanotechnology and shit. And that was back then. So that's, dude, assuming we can get away with doing that, you're going to come to the point where you're going to go to the doctor's office and it's going to be like, hey, do you want the vaccine, or do you want the nanites? The nanites are going to be about $10,000. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, fuck, man. I guess I should move on, and Dave, we should talk more about that shit on fucking, I don't know, Final Frontier or some shit.
It's funny how I called in to talk about Tommy's health, and we ended up on that.
Yeah, we went all over the place. Look at fucking poor Tommy. He's still begging for food right now.
They are here, and you guys can check them out. And, it's up to you. And anytime somebody say I go live and I'm doing a stream, I always have the link down in the description below. So if you want to check it out.
Tommy doesn't stream long enough to like order him the food for him to get it and everything.
And then you say, I want to send something to Tommy. And so you just go in there and you request for them to send something to me. And then the doorbell will ring 3 times.
You guys should all send him like fucking vegetables and fucking, like just good stuff for him. Look at this chin, bro. This is getting out of hand, dude. The chin is a blimp.
Which I told them, I said, just ring my doorbell 3 times. Of course, before the 3rd time, I will answer the door. And then I will eat the item that you guys have sent to me. Just as long as please don't let it be lasagna or anything like that. Or
like, he really is clueless. You know how much lasagna he's going to get? Like, please don't
now that he's actually told people that's what he doesn't like.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of set himself up for that. But hey, maybe a vegetarian lasagna with some, some vegetables and such would be better with him. Some gluten-free pasta.
I don't want their throats to closed up on cock.
Oh, God.
Even though I think that probably feel good.
Oh. Probably would, Casey, raw. Just stuff a cock in someone's mouth. Yeah, so I mean, this whole stream was about, I'm going to show this to Bailey and everybody tonight and Ken on Corrupted. And I can't wait for Leah to see this video because it's I've never seen someone beg for food. This is amazing.
It was your first time for everything.
Only Tommy could do this.
I do like wings. I do like Chinese food.
He keeps saying the things he loves the most: wings, Chinese food,
sorts of cakes or stuff like that.
Cakes.
Cakes.
This fuck.
Oh my God, Tommy.
This fuck wants you to send him a fucking cake on his stream. And wings.
I try to be healthy sometimes. I shouldn't talk about cakes.
No, you know what? He needs to get a GoFundMe just for a personal trainer because this is getting too much now, man. Like,
yeah.
His shirt just doesn't fit anymore. You notice he doesn't like tie up his shirt anymore. Like his ties, he doesn't usually put on a tie anymore.
His fat is just coming out all over the place. And it's like, dude, and sometimes he's like, I don't have money or whatever. So then he'll ask people for money. And it's not to like go to the store to buy $1 can of beans or, for something or a salad or to make something at home or anything. It's to go out and eat. Dude, going out to eat is like a special thing or like a privileged thing for some people. Like,
the guy could make fucking chicken breasts and rice and vegetables and fucking have a great meal and be healthy.
Yes. Grab a chicken breast, cook it, just heat it, throw some salt on it. You can throw some soy sauce, salt, cook it in real butter if you want. It would be better than what you're going to go out and eat at that place. But he wants to go to Golden Corral. He needs to drop $30 on lunch, and I get like that's his thing. But my God, you're fucking gonna die, Tommy. I mean, this is crazy, dude. When I was living with Leah and we didn't have a lot of money, almost at all. You know, we were eating horrible shit. But I mean, we were eating stuff for the $1 or $2 or $3. You know, he told me the other day, I don't have any money. But it's like this guy eats out about 3 or 4 times a week, I feel like. Maybe more.
At least.
That's why you don't have any money. You're eating out.
You know what's sad, though, man? It's the fact that you can go back to some of his earlier videos and see him when he was, much younger. And I'll be honest, the kid was a handsome kid. Like, he was thin. He didn't look as what he does look like right now. And it's just really sad to see this transformation and his, I guess, lack of desire to sort of, stick with trying to improve himself physically. Because again, he goes on with the Randy with the cheeseburger thing, and the Trailer Park Boys, right?
Yeah.
And like he's like showcasing off his gut. Look, I'm not saying that fat people are bad or nothing, but like, I mean, you shouldn't be taking, pleasure in the fact that you've got this huge stomach when, maybe 5-10 years ago you were like quite slim. And again, I'm not saying this to criticize Tommy, and I'm not trying to make him feel bad if he's listening, but like, I want to see the best for the guy. I want to see him live healthy. And I know that he's capable of actually cooking food for himself if he would just get off his ass and just bother to learn how to do this.
Yeah, he needs help. He needs help, and I'm trying to find the video. Someone sent me a video of him that I hadn't seen in a while, and they sent it to me from it was a while back, and it was on my DMs on Twitter, I think. And I'm like trying to fucking find it because it's so funny. And he's like cutting a sandwich like sideways.
Oh yeah, I saw that video. He's making a ham sandwich. That was actually under your rage
Let's
line.
send Tommy some healthy food and see him botch.
And I missed it. Casey is raw. Let's see Tommy eat some healthy food and him botch. Fucking from last week or from this week?
Okay. No. Basically, rage line for this past monetize this. You put it up, and like it was one of the first ones up there. At least that's what I remember.
I don't even see it.
Okay, let me just quickly look. But
I'll take a look
it was.
At it.
I thought it was a funny a funny clip. I mean, it's Tommy's sort of thing. But that being said, at least if he was to do more videos like that, for example, which were I'm making my own meal and I'm providing content for my viewers, I think things would be a lot better than what we've seen so far, which you actually brought up, is you can't continue to expect people to donate to you if you're not actually providing content for your viewers.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not and again, like this is a 26-minute video that I'm willing to say is just a big plug for please send me food, which is very strange. I mean, like he just goes on. Let's see what he does with it.
I love wings. I love hamburgers without cheese on them, and just
with cheese on them.
He hates cheese. He hates cheese.
He hates cheese.
They will have.
Yeah, without cheese. I think that might be why he doesn't like lasagna. I think he hates cheese. But I don't know. He eats cheese pizza, so I don't that doesn't make sense.
I've delivered from different other restaurants, different other places, but it's called Treat Stream, and if you want to get involved in this, all you do is go on their website.
Sounds like he's plugging a fucking like a Save the Children thing or cancer awareness or something. Like, if you want to get involved in this, if you want to get involved in giving me diabetes,
enter in your information, and they will. It works like that basically. So it's called Treat Stream, and let me.
This is just the beginning.
Did you watch that whole stream?
Not all of it, no.
Okay, because basically later on a guy calls in and says like, yeah, I went to this thing and it's got no food in there. I was going to buy you something, but there's no food in there. And then Tommy, again, like always scratches his head. He puts his hands to his head and he's like really, he's furrowing in his head and he's just like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't think this through. I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. But like basically he went a little too quick with this, so he set up the account but didn't add any food that he wanted.
Oh.
But in the chat, I just put the link to the video. So you'll see Tommy making a ham sandwich.
Oh, I'll watch that. Okay, cool.
From 2012. So this is basically 7 years ago.
Wow. Wow. Where is it? I don't see it yet. You put it in the chat or in the Skype chat? Where'd you put the link? Dave? Oh, I think we lost Dave.
Apparently somebody told me like nicely that the link is not working, and so I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix the link. I
can't believe the only reason I'm here is to get food from you people.
Unless, like, I don't know what to say. Like,
I didn't make a stream to give you guys content. I made a stream so you guys could send me food, and now that doesn't work, and so this whole thing was for nothing. Ah!
I don't know what to say. I guess it could, like...
Oh my god, dude. What the fuck?
I pasted it the right way and everything, and it's there.
Apologies.
A second, let me try to see what's going on here.
Oh my god.
Had somebody knocking on my door.
Oh, really? Okay. Wow.
As a landlord.
Punch him. I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna end the stream in a minute anyway, but this is just so ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. I'm gonna talk about this on Corrupted tonight, guys. I'm plugging Corrupted like
you know, I don't know if it's possible to have them deliver hardboiled. Like, I think it's just food items. I think that's what it is. Like,
what did I miss? Sorry, what did I miss?
Oh, nothing really. He's just you missed the part where he was like, I think I put the link in wrong, and it's just funny because it's like at that point he's realizing I only did this stream so I could tell you guys to buy me food, and now the link isn't working. I just wasted my time doing this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's just I didn't make a video so I could, you know, entertain my listeners. I made a random stream so they could buy me something, and now that's not working. So I wasted my time.
And
not the viewers' time this time.
Yeah.
It's just having a good time, you know what I'm saying?
Is this his stream or is this my computer? I'm assuming this is his stream. It's like freezing and shit.
Yeah, he had some issues there.
And, so I don't know. Hopefully,
wow, really entertaining, Tommy. Really entertaining, Tommy.
It will stop lagging
buy me
here
a meal.
because
Buy me a meal.
a couple
Buy me a
windows open.
meal.
It always does that every single time. Like if I try to stream something,
What happens when you have shit internet? I think there's something wrong with your internet.
your YouTube channel treat stream, and I guarantee it.
He's still saying it. Treat stream. He's still talking about send me food. Treat stream.
Will like it, and you know, you can make your stream.
I missed this, but at the beginning somewhere he says, and I think I'm just gonna stream now for a little while, guys. And yeah, it's like so like it'll give people time to send him the food.
Honestly, I wish I could just teach him just to make some basic meals.
I don't think he would care. He wouldn't do it.
I mean, and he walks all over, you know, Black Mountain. Like, I mean, can he make a sort of schedule of that and to try to make do some jogging or something and stop wearing the goddamn suit?
Yeah, put some gym pants
on. Wear a fucking wear some jogging pants or something and fucking start working out.
Yeah, remember when he was going on the diet or whatever? He's gained more. I mean, I'm out of shape myself, but this is fucking insane.
Entertaining, and you know, it's just all around awesome. So
he still hasn't given any value to the listeners. He's still just talking about send me food.
Every single person. I believe that you can be the next superstar. I believe that you.
Finally, 16 or 17 minutes in, he's preaching about being a good person.
You have a motivation to be what you want to be, and that you are a champion.
This is how he should have started the stream, and then he could have plugged the meal in the middle, and then somebody might have been like, you know what, I loved what he said earlier. I should send him some of that food. That'd be cool. But now instead they're like, oh, he's just talking about sending him food? What?
You know what? Another thing is that he could be looking into, quite honestly, is, you know, I'm sure that you've seen this. Some of these wrestlers actually, because of their schedules, have to order the...
Oh, shit, my fucking Skype. Sorry, Dave, my my tablet died. I didn't expect to be on this long, and my tablet died, Dave. I think you were going to say something about those meal delivery places. But I'm gonna end in a second anyway. But
champion above champions.
I'm sorry, Dave. Thanks for calling, Dave. Man, I'll talk to you later.
And that all it does is take one idea to make something. And I understand that sometimes if that idea fails, grab another idea and then grow that idea. Because the fact is, the benefactorial idea is that you are a champion. That every idea may not be a golden nugget, but one of those ideas that you have will become something. And that you, as a superstar, will grow. And that you, benefactor from every other person. Every person you work with grows that idea. And sometimes in the inner loops that you have to just monetization reasons, you have to find out, okay, I have to put my name on this, I have to stamp it, but at the same time, you have to share that wealth. You have to share that vision.
Is he trying to guilt you into getting him food?
Because a lot of people that have made the most amazing things have had to share their ideas.
Please share your food.
They had
with
to
me.
share it so they want to, inspire. And I still enjoy doing this. And someday I don't know if I ever will. I love all my fans. I love
Super Chat.
getting up.
I'm going to throw up.
There will be either PPL sending him healthy food that he won't eat and people sending him really, really unhealthy food that he will devour and die.
Oh my God, Dickie Nos, what's up? Thank you, Dickie Nos. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, and all the sun's command. With glowing hearts, we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Sorry, I just had to do that for Dickie Nuss. Anyway, Tommy's huge. That's the end of the story. Tommy, I love you, man. I'm so sorry. Maybe we'll hear from Tommy tonight on the Corrupted Podcast on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Download the app. Thanks to Mickey M for becoming a new $5 patron. We'll see you tonight. Over 360 other patrons. We'll see about 100 of you guys in the chat probably tonight at some point for the 2.5 hour or so podcast with me, Ken, Justin Bailey, and Filthy Mouth Gamer, and Leah may stop by, and maybe we'll have Tommy stop by for a little bit. Last few episodes have been fire. Thank you guys for that. Seriously. Appreciate it.
Party.
A piece of bread soaked in oil. Tommy's breakfast.
Dickie Nos. Thanks, Dickie. Yeah, see, I just think that, God, I think that if you send him healthy food, he would just throw it out. Or he'd like bring it down the hall to his older neighbor or whatever her name was. But anyway, it is what it is, man. And we're getting ready for Corrupted. JB's about to do his food challenge. If you guys have anything else you want to ask me real quick,
Super chat.
hit me up with a super chat
Joe
or something
JB
right
is
now.
doing his food challenge live right now.
All right, we got to see this. I'm going to have to see this. This is going to be fucking funny. Thank you, Goon.
Super chat.
Or rather, ADTR.
Joe should check his voicemail, lol.
I should. I've got a lot of voicemails. The Goon, thank you, Goon. And ADTR, man, how you guys doing? I hope everybody joins us for Corrupted later on. Let's check in on Bailey and see what he's doing. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I lost my napkin.
His wife was just in the hospital, like, with all this stuff, and he's sitting there basically giving himself a heart attack.
One more of those and I'm gone.
I'm going to throw up.
Probably what my underwear looks like right now.
All right, I've got to go watch this. Guys, thank you so much for the support. Appreciate it.
2, 3.
And I will see you guys tonight for Corrupted. Goodbye.
I'm down to 4. I've done pretty good, right?
I'm down to 4. Fucking, he's going to die.